There is a quiet discomfort hidden beneath modern physics, a feeling that rarely makes it into textbooks or equations because it is not a calculation problem, but an emotional one. The unsettling realization that the universe is balanced on numbers that feel too exact to be accidental, too fragile to be inevitable, and too powerful to be ignored. Numbers that do not merely describe reality, but seem to decide whether reality can exist at all. And once you notice this, it becomes difficult to unsee because everywhere you look, in stars, atoms, chemistry, time itself, you find the same whisper repeating, if this value were even slightly different, nothing familiar would be here. At first glance, the universe appears vast, chaotic, almost careless in its scale, filled with exploding stars, empty voids, and forces that tear matter apart without hesitation. And yet beneath this violence lies an eerie delicacy, because the laws governing it depend on constants so finely balanced that changing them by a fraction would erase structure altogether. Gravity is weak, but not too weak. Electromagnetism is strong, but not overwhelmingly so. The expansion of space is fast, but not fast enough to prevent galaxies from forming. Nuclear forces bind atoms just tightly enough to allow chemistry, but not so tightly that everything collapses into featureless matter. And none of these values were required to be what they are. This is what makes the precision uncomfortable. Not because it proves anything mystical or intentional, but because science itself offers no deep reason for these numbers to have their specific values. They are measured, not derived, observed, not explained, written into our equations like constants of fate. If gravity were slightly stronger, stars would burn too quickly or collapse before complex elements could form. If it were slightly weaker, matter would never clump at all. If the electromagnetic force were adjusted by a tiny amount, atoms would not hold together in stable ways. Chemistry would dissolve, biology would never begin. If the ratio between fundamental forces shifted just a little, the universe would still exist, but it would be empty, dark, simple, and silent. And this is the strange part. The universe does not merely allow complexity by chance, it allows it narrowly. The window for stars, planets, molecules, and minds is not wide, it is razor thin. Reality seems less like a robust machine that works under many conditions and more like a delicate instrument tuned to a precise range of values, where even slight detuning destroys the melody entirely. This realization does not arrive with drama, it creeps in quietly. At first, numbers feel neutral, like bookkeeping tools we invented to describe nature, but over time it becomes clear that numbers are not passive labels pasted onto reality after the fact. They are woven into its behavior. The universe does not approximate its laws, it obeys them with exactness that borders on obsession. The same ratios apply everywhere, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy, from the first moment after the beginning to now. Reality does not improvise. It follows rules with an almost unsettling consistency. And yet, those rules did not have to be this way. That is the source of the unease. When physicists speak of fine-tuning, they are not saying the universe is perfect, far from it. Most of the universe is hostile to life, most of space is empty, most stars will never host planets, most planets will never host chemistry complex enough to matter. But the deeper puzzle is that the universe allows any complexity at all, that the laws governing it fall into a narrow band where matter can organize, persist, and eventually notice itself. This is not about probability in a simple sense. We cannot say how likely these values were, because we do not know what the alternatives even mean. There is no cosmic dice roll we can examine. There is only the fact that if these constants were different, there would be no observers to notice them. And while that observation sounds trivial at first, it hides a profound asymmetry. The universe appears to be balanced in such a way that it can produce systems capable of asking why it is balanced at all. This is not proof of purpose. It is not evidence of design. It is something stranger, a structural coincidence so deep that it blurs the line between explanation and mystery. Consider how early in the universe's history this precision mattered. Moments after the beginning, the relative strengths of forces determined whether matter would annihilate itself into radiation or survive long enough to form particles. Minutes later, nuclear reactions depended on precise values to create hydrogen and helium in the right proportions. Billions of years later, stellar physics relied on the same constants to forge heavier elements like carbon and oxygen, elements that are not guaranteed by the laws of physics, but precariously allowed by them. Even carbon, the backbone of life as we know it, exists because nuclear energy levels in stars sit at just the right values. Slight changes and carbon would be rare or non-existent. No chemistry, no biology, no minds wondering how this happened. The universe did not need to be this generous. It could have been simpler. It could have been sterile. It could have been mathematically consistent and physically dull. Instead, it sits in a narrow corridor where structure is possible, where complexity can snowball, where information can accumulate, where time has enough room to matter. And this corridor is defined by numbers, not by objects, not by materials, by ratios, by constants, by values that exist nowhere in space, yet govern all of space. This is where the discomfort deepens, because numbers themselves are abstract. They do not exist in time, they do not weigh anything, they do not decay. And yet the universe behaves as if it is built around them. Matter obeys relationships written in mathematics as faithfully as if those relationships were physical rails guiding its motion. Planets follow equations, light bends according to geometry. Particles interact through symmetries and constants that could be written on a chalkboard, and somehow those chalkboard symbols describe reality more accurately than intuition ever could. Why should this be so? Why should nature obey mathematics at all? Why should the universe care about numbers? This question has haunted thinkers for centuries, but it becomes sharper in the face of fine-tuning. It is one thing for mathematics to describe how things behave once they exist. It is another for mathematical values to decide whether things can exist in the first place. The universe seems less like a collection of objects bumping into each other and more like a system constrained by invisible rules that existed before objects ever appeared. This does not mean numbers came first in a temporal sense. Time itself depends on these constants. Without them, there would be no clocks, no processes, no sequences. But it does suggest that relationships, ratios, proportions, balances may be more fundamental than the things they govern. Reality, at its deepest level, may not be made of stuff. It may be made of structure, and structure is numerical. This is not an abstract philosophical point. It has practical consequences. When physicists search for deeper theories, they are not hunting for new materials or hidden substances. They are searching for relationships that explain why constants have the values they do. Why these numbers and not others? Why this balance and not chaos? Why this universe and not a simpler one? So far, no answer has fully dissolved the mystery. Some explanations shift the question rather than resolve it. Others introduce larger frameworks that themselves rely on numbers just as arbitrary. Each layer of explanation reveals another set of values that must be accepted without deeper justification. The discomfort does not vanish, it relocates. And perhaps that is the point. Perhaps the universe is not waiting for a final explanation that will make everything feel inevitable. Perhaps inevitability is not how reality works. Perhaps the universe exists in a state that is neither fully necessary nor fully accidental, but delicately contingent, stable once established but fragile in possibility. From this perspective, the precision of reality is not a sign that something is wrong with our understanding. It may be a clue to how existence operates at all. That being is not guaranteed. That complexity is rare. That awareness is not the default outcome of matter, but a consequence of very specific conditions aligning just long enough for experience to emerge. You are here because numbers landed just right, not because they favored you, but because without that alignment there would be no here at all. And this realization does not shrink existence, it sharpens it. It tells us that the universe is not sloppy, it is exacting. It allows wonder, but only under precise conditions. It permits meaning, but does not promise it. It creates a stage narrow enough that only certain stories can unfold, and somehow one of those stories includes minds capable of noticing the numbers behind the curtain. This is not comforting in a simple way. It is humbling because it suggests that reality is not built around us, yet still makes room for us. Not by intention, but by alignment. And alignment is fragile. The universe could have been otherwise.